This one's neat. So we're gonna myth bust.
Okay.
Okay, with that being said, anybody that's watching this, you are free to move how you want.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay? So by me saying myth bust, what I'm really saying is that there are other options of movement. So we're gonna start this with the Snead drill.
Sure.
So this idea of Snead drill, like the basket drill, so
Yep.
if I put a ball or a basket right here and I drop the basket,
Yes.
that would be external rotation of the femur, which is this movement,
Yes.
okay? And I'm saying don't do that.
So don't externally rotate the femurs.
Uh-huh.
Drop the bucket, no go.
No go.
Okay. Why is that?
I want to just let it sit for a second.
Okay.
As soon as I externally rotate the femurs, I have actively rotated the pelvis, and the pelvic system becomes the main locomotor for rotation. So if TJ goes right up here to the top, and in essence this patella or your kneecap starts to move towards the target actively. So I'm going to actively move this way. See that? So if I had the basket right here and I went drop the basket because I'm motoring this, look at the axis of my pelvis. I'm going to do this slowly. If the kneecap starts to rotate towards the target, so I'm externally rotating this, see how it's pulling on the pelvis actively?
Totally.
And it's rotated me open in the transitional phase. So if the golf club's up here and I go motor, 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 see where I'm at?
Yes.
So I got to fix this if I'm worth a darn as a golfer.
Ah.
How am I going to fix it, Tej?
You're probably going to hang back and tilt, right? You're
Yep.
going to go this way.
So there you go. So the pivot point of my bends gets right down here in like my navel. So I'm going to go this way. Oh, look, I fixed the golf club. Doesn't that look right?
Spot. That looks right. Yeah.
So, but I'm motoring this way. So where are all the forces going to throw the handle, and what's the golf club going to do? For our grading system, I'm going, that's a good movement or not. One, is it precise? Okay, so if I go here and here, I'm adding rotation to the face, an increased level of face rotation. So I have more opportunity to hook it, more opportunity to cut it.
Yeah.
Okay, I've also screwed up the bottom out.
Okay.
Okay.
How did you screw up the bottom out?
Well, because if this is going here, now the pivot's right down here. So where the bottom wants to be?
Yeah, it wants to be back here.
So
I've got to also fix that somehow.
Drag, yep. And now you're dragging this forward, and there goes the face. So I don't have bottom out control as well as another system. And I've increased the rate of rotation in the face.
In the face, got it.
Okay, so not as much precision. Can I still create speed? Yes, no difference in speed. So grading system there is fine. Okay, so lost precision, but I'm fine with speed.
Okay.
And then we have health. Every study, like look up TPI, and they're like their top 3 reasons for injury is all L spine extension, L spine extension, L spine extension.
So lower spine.
Yeah, because what they're talking about is the reverse C, which is extension of the hips.
This look,
right? Okay, so now I have L spine extension.
Okay.
Okay. The other one, I can't remember exactly how they phrase it, but in essence, it's stacking up on this lead side, so now I have to extend to the top. Okay, so no pressure shifts.
Got it.
And then early rotation is the third. TPI study.
Yeah.
Extension,
so early
extension,
rotation
extension.
of what? Like pelvis?
This, right? So if I'm in here, I'm early rotated.
Yeah.
Towards the target. My midline is here, so now I've got to fix it.
Which would lead to low lumbar spine extension.
So in essence, it's like hip slide, pelvic slide, L spine extension.
All that stuff, right?
Is what they're talking about, right? They're just putting it in golf terms, like reverse C. Every golfer knows what the reverse C is at finish, right?
Yep.
Like let's look at a picture. So if I go here, step, this movement right here is somewhat of what looks like an abduction move. So AB would be this way.
Yep.
Okay, but it's not. Because again, what's making that move, it's actually going AD first, because I'm moving this into this space as a pitcher.
Yeah, you'll see that a lot with like guys who are really powerful in their windup. You'll see that.
Yeah.
There's like, it moves across almost before it goes.
Exactly. So, and it's a pitcher unwinding right here?
No. That would be horrible, bro.
Horrible.
Okay, that's a good visual.
Okay,
Don't do
so
that
if I
shit.
do this, I'm gonna blow out.
Yeah.
Okay, so it doesn't make sense in that game, but what I should do in our game is do this?
Totally.
That doesn't make sense.
No. Okay.
Okay, so if I'm back here and I'm moving into this space, the axis of where my pelvis is pointing and where the femur line is shrinks.
Shrinks.
Does this go external or internal because of that?
Internal.
Internal.
Yeah.
So I didn't get up here and just flash this out of here, Snead Drill. The reason that it looks like there's more space, and there is more space that happens in this transitional phase, is because as I drop, they separate. If I'm in a squat rack and I squat properly,
yes,
my knees separate.
They do.
But I'm not squatting this way. Exactly, it doesn't work.
Just by focusing on like rerouting and dropping here through transition, the pelvis rotates.
And the pelvis rotates into this leg, so would that be external or internal?
Internal.
Internal. Because as I'm dropping here, if I drop here, the pelvis is moving lateral during this phase. So it's adducting and it's working internal in this space. And then, Tej, as I turn here, here's chest rotation. Here's the hit. Okay. What happens to the pelvis? Well, it's going to get drug on, so the pelvis is rotating this way. The femur's last. So it continues to just go internal all the way to finish. But it doesn't make sense to go flash it external and then crash it internal late. Clunk, clunk.
It's like a jam out and then, okay, now here I can go again.
So it's not just this seamless exit.
One clean just rotational move through the ball. Right?
So what we would like to see, the preference is from 1 to 5, from P1 to P5, that my midline just continues to rotate this way. So I'm going lateral. Now as I turn, then I'm going to start to drop. See how I just keep turning this way?
Yeah.
So this is all the way to P5.
So as you're dropping and recentering, the midline is still moving there.
Exactly.
Still going that way.
Exactly.
Right.
But because I'm dropping, now I'm going adduction, and this, because of the drop, this is why we get this comment a lot. Well, why do you see every single dude on the PGA Tour rotate their pelvis first before their chest? Okay. Well, because as I dropping wants this to go back to neutral. What is this doing? It's continuing to go here, and that's why we see this dissociation. But my argument here is that this is not an active thought to rotate this and keep this going this way. This doesn't look right. No. But if I just keep rotating this and then I drop, this is trying to go back to neutral, so we see it start to open. The axis of the hip start to open. Not arguing that at all.
And guys that are phenomenal at dropping and rerouting into the ground actually look like they get more dissociation in the pelvis.
Because of the drop.
Because of the drop. Like everything, they're so good at creating like this big old stretch here in their thoracic as they drop. Like,
yes, that looks, just eye test is like, that looks right.
Yeah. But I didn't try to rotate my hips. I just tried to drop, right?
Yes, you got the midline of the chest. It keeps going, going, going. It just keeps motoring this way all the way to 5. Because what we want the ability to do is in here, once I've gotten to 5, now I can start to rotate here. That's the active thought. I've got chest rotation to hit. And just like, if I got an axe or a sledgehammer or something I want to murder right here, I'm not going to go, that wouldn't make any sense. I'm going to blow out everything down in here. I'm going to drop in here and then hit.
It really does create a very interesting visual when you start to relate this to other athletic movements and sports. Like, why would we try, like no other sport would you have that as your action, right? It's
non-athletic, non-functional movement. The language that we're attempting to present, the student is going to take that language and create a map or a visual of how to move. And so language is really important. And diagnosing properly is on us as instructors and as coaches for each individual that we see. Very active in not knocking any coach. Even if we disagree with how they move, like our passing grade is do they give a crud about the student? And are they actively like doing everything in their power to make the student better? That's a great coach. I don't care if they're teaching them to stand on their hands and swing it with your feet. Are we saying that the patella doesn't go this way? No. We're saying that it goes that way because it's getting pulled on. It's not an active throw.
For sure.
It's because of other stuff.
Absolutely.
Go flush them out. Let's go. Myth busting 101.